Hello guys, how are you? I hope you're well. I'm also fine. I thank God. Today we are here to discuss about what are the causes of suicide. As some of us, we know that on 10th of September, it was World Suicide Prevention Day, and I thought of doing a video about suicide. So before we talk about what are the prevention measures, I thought of we talk about what are the causes of suicide because I believe you cannot prevent what you don't know the root cause. So today we are going to discuss about what are the causes of suicide, and then the next video I'll discuss what are some of the things that you can do to prevent a suicide. So what is suicide? Suicide is someone taking his or her life. This can happen through maybe drug overdose or even hanging on a rope. So it basically means that someone has taken her own life or his own life. So what are some of the causes of suicide? So number one is feeling worthless. Uh, there's something in life that at some point you feel like you are nobody. At some point, this person feels like I'm good for nothing. Why am I living? I'm not supposed to be on this earth. Why was I created? Everything is not working for me. And this person feels worthless. They feel like they don't belong anywhere. They're not of good use, or people cannot they cannot help people. So feeling worthless, you feel like you're just a nobody. You are here on earth by a mistake. You're not supposed to be here. So that is one of the causes of suicide. You reach that point that you are so helpless. You feel like I'm so worthless. So feeling helpless and worthless, it's this point where nothing adds up for you, nothing makes you happy. You don't see the reason of living, you don't see the reason of being alive. You feel like even breathing, even being alive, it's like a burden to someone else. You feel like you're not supposed to be here on earth. So that is number one cause of suicide. Feeling worthless and feeling hopeless. You don't have hope, you don't believe in tomorrow, you don't believe anything, like for you nothing is working, and you just feel like there's no need for me to be here. So number one cause of suicide. Number two cause of suicide is prolonged stress. We all agree that stress is part of life. Like all of us, at some point in life, we find ourselves where we think about something that is beyond us. So you can be stressed, and if it is prolonged stress, that is where someone will start to lose hope, because this prolonged stress come with a lot of drainage from someone. You feel like you are so drained. You feel like you are tired. You feel like you cannot do it anymore. You feel like you don't have a way out. You feel like this problem has been here for so long that you don't even know what to do. So prolonged stress can cause someone to commit suicide because they feel like the world is shutting down. They feel they are limited in terms of maybe resources, in terms of finances, in terms of support from people maybe they expect to support them. So prolonged stress can really make someone to give up on life, can make someone to say, let me just die, let me just take my life. So prolonged stress can also cause suicide. Another thing that can cause suicide is anxiety and panic attacks. You find that during tough economical issues, people are so anxious. Someone doesn't know what they will eat tomorrow. You don't even know where you will go tomorrow. Maybe you are not employed somewhere, or even when you're employed, you don't even know if tomorrow you still have that job. You don't even know if tomorrow you will get something to put on your table. You don't even know if tomorrow your kids will go to school, will have that meal. So anxiety and panic attacks can make someone to think of just killing themselves because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. And when somebody is anxious, you're not even functioning like a normal way. You're not stable mentally. You find yourself doing things that you didn't even know or think of doing. You find yourself in a situation whereby whatever you do, you cannot do it to completion because you're always up and down. You're full of anxiety. You're full of that anxiousness because you don't know what will happen. And you can really relate this with the time of COVID where people lost their jobs. And I remember that time the people who were in hospitals, the people who were quarantined at home, Personally, I was one of them. At some point, I contacted COVID, and I remember I stayed home for like 2 months. So this time, when you are watching news and you're seeing Mutaikago counting the numbers, and saying how people are dying, it comes a lot of panic attacks and anxiety because you don't even know what will happen tomorrow. So this kind of situation can make someone to take their lives because they feel like nothing can be done, nothing can come through for me. So that is another point of another cause of suicide. The third point is when somebody is going through rejection. We know that all of us want to be loved and to belong. You want to feel good. You want to be called baby girl. So sometimes when you go through rejection, every time you're going through rejection, maybe from your family, from your friends, and even the worst part is we know nowadays most people are just doing abortion here and there. So if you come to realize that maybe your mom tried to abort you, something like that, you feel like I'm rejected. You feel like I was rejected from the womb, so I don't belong here. When your parents rejects you, you feel like I'm odd one out. Maybe you're not performing in school, so rejection can make someone to take their own lives because they feel like I don't belong here. They feel like where I'm supposed to be accepted, I'm rejected. And this can hurt so deep and differently when it's coming from our significant others, people that they are so close to us, like our family, our relatives, people like you, people who you look up to. Another point why someone can commit suicide is loss. We have different type of loss. Somebody can lose their job. You can lose a loved one. You can lose your maybe through accident. Maybe you find that you no longer have your leg or your hand. You can't see again. And you can even relate this with time of mandamano. We used to see people on TV who have lost their arms. Some they cannot see again. So when you have that loss, you may feel like I'm no longer the person I used to be. Now I'm more of a burden to my family. I'm more of a burden to myself. I cannot go to the washroom alone. I cannot eat on my own. So you find that somebody may feel like I don't belong here. Let me just take my life. Somebody can lose their parents, and you feel like the people who made me to stay, they are no longer here. I remember there is this guy who was telling me that I used to work so hard because I wanted to help my mom. But apparently, after university, my mom died. So I don't even see a need of going to work or working hard because I wanted to make my mom happy. The fact that she raised me as a single parent, I really wanted her to live a good life. But now she's no longer here with me. So I don't see the need of even working hard. So if you lose something in your life, something significant in your life, this can make someone to commit suicide. So those are some of the causes of suicide. And I pray that God will help us, that we'll have people will hold our hands. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how to prevent suicide. Because if we know the causes, we can even pick this from our peers, from our colleagues, from our family members, from our friends. When we see these signs, we can really pick it and help them. So thank you so much for watching. I'm really blessed. I'm really privileged for you guys to support me. I'm so grateful for your support, for your encouragement, and bless me today by sharing this video to 2 or 3 friends and also liking the video. So I pray that God will see us through. That's all for today. So the next video will talk about some of the prevention of suicide. Bye bye.